Bellator MMA comes out firing with a massive first card of 2023 going down on February 4th. And my guest will be returning to the Bellator cage for an 18th time. Boom. What's up, fight fans? Ron Kruck with Superbook Sports, joined by the former Bellator Bantamweight champion, Darrion Caldwell. DC, I appreciate you taking some time today.
Thanks for having me, Ron.
Anytime, my man. I mean, fighting in the Bellator promotion for an 18th career time is a massive accomplishment. I got to ask you, do you prepare any differently today than you did when you were just young and beginning your career?
Absolutely, man. It's definitely a little different. Well, where I'm not a young spring chicken anymore. I'm 35, you know. But the cool thing is, I feel like I'm still fresh in the sport. I haven't had a lot of damage. Um, I've been around the block. 18 fights. It makes me feel like a vet. It makes me feel like, I put my time in, and so it just puts things in perspective for me. That the time is now. It's not last year, 2 years ago, and it's not going to be 10 years from now. The time is going to be now. I'm going into next week in best foot forward, and so to be with the promotion for as long as I have, man, it just puts things in perspective for me. It just lets me know I'm doing the right things, and we got many more years to come.
I love it. And I think you're exactly right. Being with Bellator in a promotion like that for so long is a huge accomplishment. But if you're a veteran, I don't know what that makes me, and I don't even want to go there. So we're going to move on.
I think it's veteran than expert. After the expert, then it's like, all right, cool.
I like that. All right. I'm going to put that on my Superbook title, expert. I love it. Thank you, DC. Hey, man, you're fighting for the first time in almost a year, and this will be only your second bout since May of 2021. Is there a reason, Darrion, you haven't been as active as you were in the past, or is this part of the game plan to, fight once or twice a year?
Well, I think I was battling some injuries the last few years, off record, which
I lost you.
all right, there we go. You hear me, Ron?
Yeah, I got you.
So I've been battling some injuries. It forced me, to not be as active as I wanted to. But obviously, you don't fight, you don't make money in this sport, So I kept putting off the surgeries or whatever I needed to do to make sure, my body was healthy. So finally, this last 12 months, 13 months, I was able to go ahead and get a surgery, do the things that I needed to do to get my body back on track, And not only that, I moved here to South Florida to a completely different system where I was used to almost being my own coach for like the last couple of years. I've had coaches, there's no knock on the guys that's been overseeing my career, and just been at the top of just guiding my career. But I just feel like the difference here is like it's more of like what I'm used to, a college wrestling room, high level guys, high level coaches, high level facilities, high level trainers. The pieces are just put together the right way. And so for me, I feel like I was coming into Killcliff with a little bit of extra baggage that I just had to get rid of so I could start fresh, And I feel like this last year has been that, I've been able to just throw away a lot of things that were holding me back and just take a lot of things off the plate. Now it's just been a rebuilding process for me, So now you're gonna see just a different product come next Saturday. You're gonna see a completely different product of what you've seen in the last few years. So I'm really excited. The coaches have been really diligent with the time and the efforts that they've been putting into me. Specifics, have been really important for us this camp and these last few years, as opposed to just going through the motion. We, I, it's cool to be broken down in a sense. Coaches have been watched. Like, it's cool to have a coach watch your fights, and see the tendencies that you have, and say, all right, we do this here as a system, but this is gonna work. This is what's gonna work for you.
Sure.
So for me to be able to go back to that and have that has been really crucial in these last 12, 13 months, and I think it's gonna show come February 4th.
Can't wait to see Darrion Caldwell version 2.0, and especially with working with Henry Hooft and all the guys at Killcliff. That's exciting. Can't wait to see you perform in the cage on February 4th. And there's never an easy matchup in Bellator, Darrion, and you'll be squaring off with a super tough Russian in Nikita Mikhailov. Break down your opponent for us and give us a few details on what makes this guy so dangerous.
Well, he comes from a traditional, strong powerhouse. Knowing he's from Fedor's camp, I know he's gonna come in guns blazing. He's gonna be tough. He's gonna have his I's dotted and his T's crossed. Yeah. I believe there's going to be no stones unturned in his camp, So I have to make sure I'm doing the same. His wrestling ability is better than what I'm used to. His ability to be able to mix it from this. I feel like he almost does his striking to his takedowns in a seamless way. So for me to be able to pick that out and see that inside of the fight is gonna be kind of cool to figure out. It's gonna be like a puzzle out there. So I'm just excited. I know he's young, he's hungry, he's coming off a loss too. So I think he's gonna come out with something to prove. He's not gonna want to have that second loss in his pocket. So he's gonna come out, with every intention to get the job done. But this is my livelihood, and I'm locked in. That's the biggest thing for me right now is the fact that I've been so focused over these last few months in this year, as if I just started, as if I'm back living in the gym,
Wow.
So that's really where I'm at. My mindset is just different.
Very cool. I find it interesting that you bring up his wrestling because you have such an incredible wrestling resume, a NCAA wrestling national champion at North Carolina State, two-time All-American. Do you feel like he's faced the caliber of wrestler like you? And do you feel with your wrestling background, is that your biggest advantage in this fight?
Ron, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I don't think there's a fighter in the world that's a better wrestler than me, and I just have to be honest. I've never met someone who I can't take down, more times than they can take me down in the fight, and it's never happened, So I don't think there's a single wrestler in the world that's better. And obviously, if that's the case, he's not going to have faced anyone like me, So, but I got to give him credit for, the fact that he can wrestle. He can get a guy from the ground or from the feet to the ground at his will when he wants to. So that's special. That's not easy to do. I know that. So I give him credit in the wrestling department, but at the end of the day, I think I'm better than him everywhere. So where he's strong, I'm stronger. And so I think that's what's going to be the difference maker come February 4th.
Well, Superbook, of course, will have all the Bellator odds up. So download the app today and check them out at superbook.com. Darrion, do you prefer to be the underdog or the favorite in a fight?
Well, obviously, I want to be the favorite because that lets me know when I haven't been an underdog in a lot of fights, right?
Exactly.
And so it lets me know that I'm on track when I'm plus or I'm minus rather. But like I said earlier, anytime my fans we can get a under on something, right? Anytime we can get some plus money, we want that, right? So
Right.
bring in the dough, let my fans get some winnings, get some more bang for their buck, and yeah, it'd be cool to be an underdog, but chances are I won't be.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
History is history,
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna go out there regardless. Regardless, make sure you bet on me because you're gonna win some money doing so.
I love it. And I know, Darrion, that fight fans are extremely excited to see you back in action. Just give us an idea. What do you want to accomplish this year? What are your goals for 2023?
In all honesty, I feel like you guys are still not seeing me. You've seen a glimpse of me, on my championship title run, but you haven't seen me fighting with my heart on my sleeve. I think you guys are gonna realize, and what's gonna show this next weekend is I am one of the best fighters in the world. It don't matter which weight class, It don't matter. I'm just flat out one of the best guys in the world, and that's what I want to go out there and show. It don't matter which organization, which weight class. Darrion Caldwell is one of the better fighters in the world. And I think that's what I'm gonna go out there and show February 4th.
Well, this is a stack card from top to bottom, and that phrase gets thrown around maybe a little too much these days, but this is the truth. This Bellator card for February 4th is amazing. You look at the main event, and a guy you know very well, Ryan Bader, taking on the legend and Fedor Emelianenko, who says he will retire after this championship fight. For you, though, you've been in title fights. You've won the title. You've been on big cards, but what does it mean to you to be a part of maybe this really historic card?
It means everything. I put in a lot of time and a lot of work with Bellator, and for me to be able to see the evolution of, when we were with Spike early on, and then we went over to Paramount, and
Oh,
then we went
man.
the Zone Way, and then Showtime, and now we're here at CBS. For me to be able to have an opportunity to fight on the first CBS card ever, with the
Awesome.
likes of Ryan Bader and Fedor, it just really is just a dream come true.
Yeah,
And going back to we're going back to Cali, where I really started,
sure.
my base is there. A lot of my fans are there. It's just gonna make everything a little bit better. So I'm gonna go back to my home crowd and put on a dominant performance for them.
Can't wait. All right, I got to ask you, who you going with? Does Fedor get it done, or does Ryan Bader keep that heavyweight strap?
I gotta go with my guy Bader, and I
Not
would like to
shocking.
see I would like to see the same knockout that he hit him with the first time, but I think we're gonna see something a little bit different. I do think Bader could finish him as well again, but I think we're gonna see something a little different. But I do got Bader winning that fight.
I like it. And final question I got for you, my man. Why should MMA fans get to superbook.com and make a wager on you when you face Nikita Mikhailov on February 4th?
Hey, get to superbook.com and bet on me. It's February 4th to beat Nikita Kolov because I'm the dog that's gonna make it happen. Okay, I'm gonna make you some money this weekend. Oh,
I
hey,
love it,
bet
my
on
man.
black, baby. Always bet on black.
I love it. Darrion Caldwell, always a pleasure. It's been too long. Best of luck, not only in this fight, but in what could be a very big year for you in 2023. Thanks, my
Thank
friend.
you guys, man. Thank you.